to our journey trying to create a replica of the Archimedes death ray. As you can see, there is a diagram of the trash can with reflectant wrap on top to see if we could create a parabolic mirror and reflect the light on the wrap. Also, we were trying to measure the circumference here of the trash can to line up with the wrap to accurately measure the wrap on the can. We then took the trash can and reflectant wrap outside and saw how intense the reflection could be and if we could focus it on a circle focal point from the sun. During this first run, we were able to determine that a good amount of light was produced. We then just needed to have it all focus on one focal point. Right here, we were seeing if an angle could be created inside the trash can to have the mirror reflect. As you can see, we are tying a 2.5 pound weight on the sides of the trash can through the holes in the 2.5 pound weight. Now that the weight was attached to either side of the can, we would then put tape on top of the weight that is now in the trash can at a certain angle. There are 2 pieces of tape on either side. With that, we would be able to reflect the paper, and then hopefully it would reflect on a certain point. The idea was that the tape would be able to keep the paper in place as the certain focal point was created. As you can see, there's a little over measurement here on the reflectant paper, but we were hoping that wasn't too big of a deal. As you can see, there's also that angle that was created, and then we took it outside and realized there were a few major issues. The first issue is the wind was so strong that it blew the excess paper around, creating so much force that the paper would disconnect from the tape. The second problem was the weight in the trash can was too heavy. As you can see, it is dislodged here, and that we needed to tie it in a different way. There was also too much diffusion that it couldn't stay consistent with its reflection. You can now see that the next idea that we came up with is that the next shield with a lightweight mirrors around a pot holder. The final product looked like this, and the plan was just to hold it just like a shield. We shortly realized that the shields diffused light in too many different directions, and it was not able to focus on a specific item for a long enough time. The next idea was to use 2 circular pieces of plexiglass and attach it to a piece of metal on either side and fill it with water, as you can see here. The initial thought process of this was we could be able to recreate a mirror with the glass and the water inside the two. There are a couple of major issues with this idea. As you can see, there is water on the outside, and the leaks could not be sealed properly due to the distorted shape of the glass. Also, the water was put in, too many leaks that were put in as well. We tried to glue it again, but it didn't really work. We now have this paper cup to see if there was more conformed shape. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough sunlight to really test this idea, but you can see we are talking it over and seeing if the cup was a better shape. See if we can get it reflect the glass and get it to a certain focal point and not have diffused light everywhere. You can see we were using a newspaper in this. The final idea that worked the best was these set of 34 different mirrors that would be able to focus on a certain piece of paper that we were trying to burn. This proven to be the most successful idea, as we were able to get up to 350 degrees. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you take some of our ideas and make one your own.